Being diagnosed with an illness is incredibly frightening for both families and for the patient. It's been well documented that having the stress and anxiety can detract from the healing process. Anything that we can do to make that hospital experience more fun, happier, and joyful for the kids will help them on their road to recovery.
Project Courage is a charity initiative that we created to build a small electric motorized vehicle that we named Shogo. So as a young patient, instead of being transported in a wheelchair, they can drive themselves to their appointment or their surgery in a small electric Honda.
We put a lot of time and effort collaborating on Project Courage to make sure that this vehicle was not only safe for our patients to drive, but also really fun and enjoyable.
We learned a lot working with the healthcare professionals. We further developed the handle to receive the IV pole. We specifically designed and positioned the bar so that it could hold the pump system. We even included an actual horn in there with encouraging sounds. This was always my dream job. And the chance to work on something like this is just amazing.
Whoa.
It looks like the perfect size for you.
All right, let's load up your car. You ready? Yeah, all right, let's go. Everybody get out of the way.
The patient's response has been amazing. It's specifically designed for them. It has a license plate that they can create.
Did you go fast?
Yeah.
Yes. My favorite part of the experience was I heard Charlie laugh harder than I have the whole time that he's been in the hospital. So hearing that laugh again makes me want to cry just talking about it.
Feel way better.
It's a feeling you can't describe. To be able to do something for a kid just means a lot for me.
To the children and the parents who are going to be benefiting from this, I would just say, Honda is with you, and we want to help you get through it.
Home Equity Bank and the Legion National Foundation have partnered to bring Canadians a glimpse into veteran sacrifice and stories with historically accurate field ration kits.
Historically made kits include hardtack biscuits, chocolate, tea bags, sardines, canned evaporated milk, and canned corned beef.
Welcome to this guided unboxing of World War II-era Canadian military field rations.
The only thing I was used to is canned food, powdered food. After all, it was war, so we weren't too choosy.
Out of everything you could have ordered today, thank you for choosing this tribute to our veterans. They answered the call to serve. Now it's our responsibility to honor and remember them.
Succession is one of the most critically acclaimed shows in the UK, but streaming service Now wanted help spreading awareness of the show to a wider audience in the UK, ahead of the launch of the new season. Nothing gets the wider British public talking like football, particularly when it comes to speculation about new owners taking over a football team.
The Saudi-backed Newcastle takeover
to take over from Mike Ashley.
Inspired by this, we decided to launch a little takeover of our own. That's where Hearts comes in. Heart of Midlothian are one of the most historic clubs in British football, and also feature in one of Succession's funniest plot lines.
I got you a present. We actually got you a present. We bought the hearts.
Hearts?
Hmm?
I'm hips.
Your hips. Really?
We brought this fictional storyline to life by launching a takeover of The Hearts on behalf of Succession's Roy family, adding the name of the Roy family's infamous company, Waystar Royco, to the club's shirts. We even held a fake media day to announce the takeover, hosted by Hearts' real manager and players. It was a genuine world first that a fictional company from a TV show had sponsored a real-life football team. The results?
Now, this just in from Tynecastle in Edinburgh.
One of the most famous fictional TV families has given them their backing.
It was also a hit online, with 93% of fan posts about the campaign being positive. 98% of this coverage featured Now branding, and 86% featured messaging as the place to watch Succession. And football fans loved the fact that a slice of Hollywood came to Holyrood. Succession was the most streamed show on Now in October and November, with 40% of these views coming from new fans who had never streamed the show before. Views of Succession in Edinburgh saw the highest week-on-week percentage increase anywhere in the UK, with the highest increase in viewership coming closest to Hearts Ground. If only all football takeovers were this popular with fans.
In the first 4 months of 2022, 5 student athletes died by suicide.
The recent deaths of college athletes by suicide is drawing attention to the struggles these students and young adults in general face.
The rates of mental exhaustion, anxiety, and depression in student athletes is nearly 2 times higher than before the pandemic.
A parent's worst nightmare, and you don't wake up from it.
Playing through the pain has become all too common in sports. Many professional athletes have come forward to share their own mental health struggles, including 3 players from the WNBA's Chicago Sky who could no longer remain silent.
I think as athletes, it's really hard to be vulnerable because, the world puts us on a pedestal and they think we're perfect. We're humans, athletes are humans, because I think it's more of an inspiration when you're honest.
Some people I think, oh, why am I sad? I'm at a peak moment in my life. But knowing that it's okay to be an athlete and have anxiety, and it's okay to not be happy. It's okay to take a step back and refresh and all that. It's normal for everyone.
Learning not to compare yourself. Sometimes you can get in comparison mode, and that can take away from the team's goals and the individual abilities.
And encouraging athletes to share their stories so that we can continue to destigmatize asking for help. The bench of support immediately deepened. Experts from the fields of sports psychology, community psychiatry, and mental health alliances joined forces with the Chicago Sky Cares team. On August 7th, the net tipped off to nearly 10,000 fans during a Sky home game against the Connecticut Sun. Attendees were given a highly collectible commemorative t-shirt, as well as players' mental health trading cards that detail how each individual manages self-care in their daily routine. After the pre-game physical warm-up, the entire arena was invited to participate in a mental warm-up, a guided practice of gratitude led by Dr. Janet Taylor.
The importance of gratitude.
Fans were also shown a video on the screens at Wintrust Arena that drove to a website of resources, and reminding us that underneath the fanfare and spotlight, athletes are people first. The Sky's on-staff psychotherapist and sports psychology consultant, Patrice Whitfield, was brought center court to spotlight her role as the team's mental health coach for keeping the team's heads in the game. This is just the beginning. We hope that in the coming months, more teams across the league and other sports will rise to the challenge of making sure that players' mental conditioning is treated with as much importance as physical conditioning. Because it's not okay to play while you're not okay.
Imagine a holiday without having to get on a plane. Imagine a holiday that you don't need another holiday to recover from. Imagine a holiday that is good for you and better for the planet. You just imagined a holiday with Forest Holidays. Forest Holidays. It seems our time has come. Find the one for you online.
The illegal war on Ukraine is horrific, but lives aren't just lost fighting.
40 million people have been forced to flee, mostly women and children. And while countries have opened their borders, there is a lack of infrastructure for safe relocation. Human traffickers saw an opportunity to exploit vulnerable Ukrainians into slavery, waiting as they arrived. We partnered with Unseen, a UK anti-slavery charity, to understand the real situation. We quickly realised that getting vital information to Ukrainians the very moment they arrived in the UK was crucial. But how could we guarantee it would reach them in time? The answer? A simple text. A welcome text, just like the one we all get when we turn on our phones in a foreign country. But this time, the vital information and advice would help stop a life of slavery before it could start. A simple idea, but with a significant technical requirement. We had to get the telecoms providers on board to automatically send out the welcome text the minute a Ukrainian mobile was turned on in the UK. Through an open letter from Unseen and a call to arms on social media, we asked everyone to message their telco provider to make this happen. People immediately got behind the simple but powerful message, and it worked. With the help of Unseen and more than 25 human rights groups, we got the major Ukrainian telcos on board. Now, when Ukrainians arrive, the first thing they receive is a message with critical advice and a link to a hub with all the information they need to stay safe. An incredible, simple, life-changing idea, and it's still saving Ukrainians from a life of slavery. Zero budget, one text, 100% success.